world's a treat where parents and teachers together meet. Let's laugh, let's learn, let's make the day bright. Parent-teacher talks, it's gonna be alright.
Hello, everyone. I am Priscilla, and I wanted to come in today and to talk to you about encouraging curiosity and a love for learning. It is very important that we encourage children's curiosity so that it will stimulate a love for learning. As a child, I remember my reading teacher. I already loved reading. I had a curiosity for reading. I enjoyed the different places, the different stories, and it seemed the places that I would go during my reading expeditions. But when I went to my teacher's class, her name was Miss Wilson, and she definitely encouraged curiosity in reading. She would also always dress up in these different costumes and tell all of these stories, and those were something that sparked my curiosity. So I feel like it's so important as parents that we read to our children bedtime stories. Bedtime stories always spark curiosity. Read those nice bedtime stories that cause them to feel that joy in the evening and before they go to bed. And I think it's a very good thing to do with your children in order to spark that curiosity for that love for learning. Because reading, that's the number one way to learn, you all. And that's my experience for today. I loved it because of Miss Wilson, and I still love to read. I still love the journey, the exploration in it. So, we are going to talk about the importance of curiosity and why curiosity is the driving force behind learning. I really don't know why it is the driving force behind learning. I just know that it is the driving force behind learning because of curiosity. It sparks something in the children. The children, they want to learn. They want to see. They want to know what's going on. They want to know what's going to happen. And it all helps them to begin that journey of exploration. Curiosity fuels their creativity, and it helps them with solving skills and independent thinking. When they are curious, they think about things. It makes them think about it and try to figure out ways to do different things themselves, to learn different things. How we can encourage the curiosity. We can encourage their curiosity by allowing children to ask questions, even the dreaded why. Even the dreaded why questions. without rushing for answers. They're always asking why, and most of the time we say, "Don't ask me why." But that dreaded why question, it will help to spark the curiosity. It's a part of sparking that curiosity. When their curiosity is piqued, they want to know why. What happened? Why? Why? And if they don't get an answer, then it teaches them not to seek out the answers, not to seek out what it is that they want to know. So it's great to encourage them to ask those questions, to allow it. Also encourage exploration and hands-on activities. We have to encourage those things, exploration. Allow them to do things such as nature walks, science experiments. Those things are great hands-on activities for exploration. It's very important not to stifle their curiosity with rigid routines that will not allow for them to be able to ask questions and to explore. Some examples of curiosity boosting activities are story time that leaves room for imagination and questions. Story time that allows them to have that space to be able to ask questions and for their imagination to run wild. Open ended play with blocks, art supplies, or building materials. These are all curiosity boosting activities. Practical tips for creating a stimulating learning environment at home would include setting up a learning friendly space. Make sure they have books available to them. Books, puzzles, things that will help them to learn. Create a dedicated space by adding those things in even a small corner of the home. Maybe a small corner in their room could be a library that has books and puzzles and blocks and things that spark curiosity, things that help them to explore. Also, organize that space with art supplies and educational toys. Everyday learning opportunities. We have to make opportunities for our children to learn. Make opportunities. Take them to places where they're going to ask questions. Like the zoo. The zoo is a great place because they'll ask questions about the animals and they want to know more about the animals. That's one great way to spark curiosity with animals, pictures of animals, books about animals. Everyday learning opportunities. You can point out things at the grocery store when you're cooking, when you're shopping. Allow them to ask questions about the fruits and the vegetables, about the foods that they see in the store, about the things that you are cooking. These are learning moments for our children. And by allowing them to ask questions, they begin to learn and grow. Encourage incorporating learning objects by adding them to their daily routines. Add counting objects, identifying colors, add colors, color games, counting games, different types of games, blocks with they have blocks with alphabet, they have blocks with numbers, they have blocks with colors, they have different things that would encourage learning that you can incorporate into their routines. Incorporating technology mindfully. We can incorporate technology in a mindful way with educational apps, educational videos, things that are going to help them to learn while also balancing that screen time with hands on learning. Collaboration between teachers and parents. We have to build that strong communication, build a strong communication together between teachers and parents with different ideas. We can talk about ideas together about how we can work together to help our children. It's very important for parents and teachers to be on the same page when it comes to our children's learning. We need to teach the same material. Make sure we're on the same page about what we're going to introduce to the children, what we're going to allow them to, utilize and do in school and at home in order to stay on the same page together and to work together. We have to keep communication open and supportive by communicating with one another through updating each other on what's going on in the school, what's going on at home, so that we can be on the same page. Emails, email one another, talk to one another. Parent teacher conferences, all of these are great communication ways that we can support each other and help our children. Creating a unified learning approach. Teachers and parents can support each other in reinforcing what children are learning in school, at home, and at home. We can reinforce it. Sharing ideas for how parents and teachers can talk together about guidance and activities to do at home and in the classroom that will support learning experiences for our children. If you have any ideas for how parents and teachers can work together to guide our children, feel free to comment. Make comments on this podcast and let's have a open communication with one another concerning our children and things that you do to help your children at home, just like things that the teachers do to help our children at home, things we can work together on. Feel free to comment. Feel free to make your suggestions. Let's create a unified learning approach by being united and all working together for the same goal to help our children learn. Nurturing lifelong learners together. A positive partnership between home and school builds confidence and fosters a love for lifelong learning. We have to build that positive partnership together to help our children to learn. Share. Let's collaborate and share our experiences with one another. What helped your child at home? What helped them at school? That way we both know what's going on, and if something helped for the teacher that the parent hasn't tried, then if we're talking about it and talking to each other, then that gives the parents new tools. The same with at home. If something worked for the parent that didn't work for that the teacher hasn't tried, then the parent can tell the teacher, and the teacher can implement those things at school that may help with that learning process at school as well. We had to figure out those ways of helping each other to teach the children. Let's work together. Let's work together to spark that curiosity and that love of learning in our children. Whether they're at home or at school, children need to know how to learn. They need to know what to do, why learning is important even. And I mean, to wrap that up, that is pretty much it for this week. Let's just learn to work together to help our children learn. Stay tuned next week, week 4, managing behavior challenges in the classroom and at home. If there is anyone who is interested in being featured on the podcast in the next couple of weeks, contact me so that we can get together and create this podcast. If you have tips for managing behavior challenges in the classroom as well as at home, you can begin to put those in the comment section. Let's talk about this together, you all. This has been a serious problem for many educators as well as parents. Let's learn and figure out what to do to help our children with these behavior challenges. Until next week, have a wonderful and a blessed day. Let's work together to help our children.
Thank you for tuning in. We're so glad you came. Parent-teacher talks with Priscilla will be back again. Until next